blockchain, which was to solve technicality issues in terms of efficiency, transparency, immutability, security, and all of that, came with the incentives that support the network. So the way Web3 works is that the nodes are supposed to drive these solutions, right? But these nodes are supposed to be incentivized so that they can sustain the network. So what happened is that a lot of the people now shifted focus to solving the problem itself than to the incentives, which all of us know today as cryptocurrencies or tokens. So we all see what is going on in the market right now. Everybody's crazy talking about the bull run, the incentives. It comes to airdrops, it comes to ICOs, it comes to exchange, and the whole dollarized issue, talking about exchange of assets with your fiat and how it's affecting countries' various currencies. So the incentives is where people are focused on, because for obvious reasons, the money, that is where the money is, because people turn those assets to real world fiat and real world cash. So the people are now, it's just us that are devs here, that are sitting down here, that are focusing seriously on the problems and trying to see how we can solve these problems using the blockchain network. But while we are doing that, let's also have in mind that there are incentives that drives this thing. The Bitcoin network itself is worth over $2 trillion in terms of the amount of incentives that is available in that space. The capital markets, the market capitalization, that's available in this space is worth over $2 trillion. The Ethereum is worth closely about, I'm trying to get the exact figure, my internet is just slowing, but is worth closely towards that amount, because it is the second largest cryptocurrency market or business ecosystem in the world, providing access to most of the layer 2 solutions that we can see today, from supporting networks like Polygon, supporting networks like tokens, stable tokens like USDT, and other decentralized applications which we are going to be building. Now, Cartesi, which is giving us this background for us to be able to build real solutions, also have incentives that is available for us. Whether you're a newbie into Web3, whether you're an expert in Web3, whether you are an intermediary in Web3, there are incentives that guide us, incentives that come in the form of bounties, incentives that come in the form of ICOs, first holders of the crypto tokens, incentives that come in the form of rewards for developing, incentives that come in form of founding. For example, you build a product on Cartesi network, for example, as a co-founding partner of that particular startup. When the tokens are being distributed through what is known as tokenomics for maintaining the network, as a founding partner, you have your founding shares. So once this value go up on the market, then of course you can see that you can actually see that you can convert your position based on an agreed consensus or an algorithm that is all agreed on on the network. You can exchange those tokens in real world applications to get it. So I think Cartesi, the last time I checked, they have a capitalization of over, I think it's about over $100 million in terms of their capitalization. Like I said, my network is having issues, so I'm trying to get the exact figure of the market capitalization of their tokens. So why I'm still trying to pull up my slide, just in case the slide doesn't show up, I'll just continue to converse based on what I have decided to discuss with us today, just to follow us on what to discuss today. So today we're going to be looking at startups and the business in terms of startups in Web3 and how they can leverage on opportunities that is available in Web3, and how they can take advantage of these opportunities in terms of building partnerships, in terms of raising capital from the market, in terms of raising capital to drive their startup, in terms of also taking their real world applications to the marketplace. So that is the hence we are building, because the goal of this roadshow, the goal of this hackathon, the goal of this event is for us to be able to build real world applications, not just applications that we use for contesting for this hackathon. Take these applications, take them to the market, solve real problems, like, for example, SRP. SRP is a token that is solving a particular problem on the Ripple network, solving the problem of intertrade financial, traditional financial issues. So for as it is now, there's what we call nostro and vostro in terms of how trade finance work. And this bottlenecks takes up to 2 weeks before traditional finance, in terms of settlement, in terms of getting credit from banks and even insurance, financing the whole of that process before shipment can actually leave the port, takes a period of, say, a week to 2 weeks. But with the blockchain technology, we can actually provide solutions that can solve that problem in hours, days, in days or even hours, just solving that problem, providing the simple things: transparency, immutability, security, just the simple things. Because the reason these transactions have to take a long of this particular time is because of what we call vetting, because of what we call those transactions need to be properly vetted and approved by the right application, by the right authorities. So, for example, the banks, the finance insurance companies, the custom agencies that are involved in the intertrade and all that. But by the time these things are written on smart contracts, you don't need any of these third-party intermediaries to interfere with this trade. So all these things are written on smart contracts, on an agreed consensus mechanisms, or proof of work, proof of stake, if you like, to just maintain the stability of the network, and also to ensure that those transactions go through. And these are the things that we are going to be saying on when we are building on the blockchain network or the blockchain itself. So as it is today, Cartesi is providing us that platform. The first meeting we had, which is the roll-up event we had with the last speaker from Cartesi, we spoke about the different smart contract protocols and algorithms and how they are being utilized. I'm sure some of us understand the language, the Solidity and Web3 language. You can be able to adopt that, implement that. And I think those of us that have started interfacing with the contracts on Cartesi, I think the GitHub repository has been made available to devs, and they have started trying to interact with this to build their own stuff and build their own app on the network, on the protocol. So that's what it is. Building the stuff, coming up with real-world application projects, and understanding the terrain. Just a second, just trying to pull up my slide. Network is just okay. So okay, so let me just share. Okay, sorry about that. Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, Mr. Simeon, we can see your screen, yes.
Okay. Okay. So, like I said, the goal of this presentation is for us to understand the business development for startup. And this is just like a quick guide because I was told this presentation is just 5 minutes, I think. So I was told, so just to quickly wrap up and what we are going to be looking at. Oh, sorry, I think there was a typographical error at startup. So sorry about that. So yeah, so the first thing I stated here is when we are building on this platform, on these applications, on this one of the things that I've noticed or we've noticed about startup is that they build from top down. You know, they first of all build the idea and now start forcing it onto users. You know, try to make users to understand the idea. So they first of all build the idea and now start to force users to understand it. So most of the time, what we've seen is that most users are still trying to grapple with Web2 applications. They are still trying to understand how to interact with Web2 applications, basic applications like e-commerce, financial transaction applications. I think the only one that seems everybody just seems to get to use, and nobody teaches anybody is social media, right? So, but they try to grapple with Web2 applications. Now you are now bringing Web3 applications for them to understand, and they don't even know what it solves. So because the devs have just built this product without understanding the need of the market. So the most important thing is to build from ground up. First and foremost, understanding the need of the market. What challenges, what are the challenge does this my application solve or is going to solve? What are the issues that are currently available? And the way I normally like to take it is to take it from sector concerns. So there are various sectors. There's a financial sector. There's a serious issue, a serious gap right now in terms of credit, how credit are being issued and how credit are being recovered, how capitals are being returned into credit, how loans are being repaid back. So all these issues are issues that are bothering the credit market or the credit space of the financial sector. Then there's agriculture. Agriculture has to do with storage, distribution, distribution, even financing, how people even get fertilizers. What are the transparency in that sector? How do you distribute fertilizers without somebody saying, oh, I did not get, or somebody was shortchanged, as we've seen in those issues? There is healthcare, for example. Health information. I know health information is a big deal in the United States, in developed countries. It's a big deal for those of us that are into cybersecurity. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about HIPAA and all of that, protective health information, APHI. So these are issues. So how do you use real world application or blockchain application or Web3 applications to solve this particular problem? What does this problem even exist? Do customers even need this problem? So the most important thing is to understand the sector that you are trying to solve their problem. Otherwise, you will create a solution that only you would want to use. That is why most crypto projects, people just buy these projects, not necessarily understand it, because they just believe that one day, it go rise. You know, there are largely no use case. People design these projects before they now start to define use case for it. And I think there's a way, again, because the Web3 market is large and is huge and comes different phenomena every day. So I think with the name meme coins or shit coins, that one now find a way to escape that particular ideology. But you don't want to start building those kind of projects that does not give credibility to Web3, that makes a lot of people see Web3 as a scam. Because that is what the perception of regulators That is what they see Web3 as. An average regulator or an average person, not just in Nigeria, even in developed country, the IMF, the World Bank, the United States, for example, the SEC, they see Web3 as scam because there are no use cases. There are no real solutions that this addresses other than just people just building projects and expecting people to buy the tokens. And when they buy the tokens, the founder just take the money and just run away, what they call rug pull. So we need to understand that the first thing first is for us to design use case. And there are fantastic projects that are solving real world applications on finance. I just mentioned SROP, which is Ripple, on a Ripple network. There's Aave, which is solving the issue of lending, decentralized lending. There is which Compound. These are solving real DeFi issues. So the first thing is that you must understand the sector. We are in Africa. What sector do we think that we really need Web3 the most? For me, finance is one of them. How people access credit. One of the issues that finance is having today in Africa is the fact that the real business owners who are small business owners cannot easily interact with the kind of finance they need to scale their business. The banks are not there for them. The banks are there to serve the high net worth individuals and corporates. So you can use this Web3 to solve solutions for credit through crowdfunding. Build up a use case, build up a powerful story or a powerful content behind your use case, and drive the usability through that content. So customer insight is very key. Marketing strategy, I just talked about content, is very, very important. Marketing strategy, how you market your product to the market, because you can build a very beautiful product. I've seen a lot of beautiful projects that just exist on the founder's laptop. That's all the founder's laptop. They don't go beyond the founder's laptop because they don't know how to market these things, into the real world space. So the next is for us to develop our business plan. Because one of the places I see that most times startup are lagging behind, or most startup founders, because most of us are technical. We are very technical in our approach because of our background, which is just tech. We just want to write the codes. So we also understand that there is technology and there's a business of tech. Not everybody, like somebody, I was listening to somebody recently, he said that, look, every profession has there are poor people in every profession. There are rich medical doctors, there are poor medical doctors. There are rich fashion designers, there are poor fashion designers. There are rich architects, there are poor architects. There are rich lawyers, I've seen a lot of poor lawyers. So it's not the sector that you are does not guarantee that you'll be successful in that sector, or be rich in that sector. Let me not use the word successful because that's a very broad topic. Be rich in that sector. So you must understand the business of tech and how to craft your business in such a way that it can attract investors and partnership, the kind of partnership you need to scale. And believe you me, in Web3, you will need partners. Thank God for Cartesi that is giving us this platform for us to build our business. Thank God for Cartesi that is giving us this platform for us to practicalize our tech, our skills, of building applications. You will need partnership. You will need strategic partnership. There's a partnership that was struck with the Central Bank of Nigeria and to build the CNGN, which is the e-Naira, which is the digital currency, CBDC for Nigeria. So you must build partnership, you must collaborate. But before you get there, it's not just about having a very powerful code. These days, nobody will look at your code, but they will look at your business plan. Your business plan covers your goals, your strategy, your financial projections, the background of your founders, your team members, your operational details. So all of that. And again, you may have the skills for development. So then you now need to call on the skills of a business developer to help you develop the business and bring the business out, talking about the figures, the projections, and how you are going to make money on the long run. So, like I said, you don't have to do everything by yourself. As a team, we are here, to help in providing such services. But it's very key that you understand that whatever you are building, you must have a business mindset to it. Now, building your team, I know that some of us have started with developing our team, talking about the hackathons. Some of us are working as a team, some of us are working as an individual. But let me just categorically state this here, that working as an individual, although it is good, but you may not go far. That is what, from my experience in tech, I've seen that people who work alone do not actually go far. So in terms of driving what they need to drive. So you may not go far. So you must work as a team. Skills is one, but again, you must look for team members that are willing to share your vision. They are willing to share your vision, share in your vision, buy in your idea, and complement your strength. So that you guys can share responsibilities and build on collaboration. So it's not just about building, just looking for team. Oh, okay, this person is good in this person. No, you must look at people that share the vision. You guys must have a singular vision. So for every team, after leaving this meeting today, what I expect us to do, in fact, the assignment is that we should write our vision down, because it's not just about building for the hackathon and we get the hackathon bounties and get the hackathon reward of $10,000 and everybody see each other again till next year. No, the idea for us is for us to build an application that we can adopt globally. So you must have that long-term vision. This project that we are building, how can we scale it? And the truth is that you don't necessarily need to answer all the questions at a stretch. You don't necessarily need to answer. 1 week, 2 weeks will not give you the time to provide these answers. There are things you need to sit down, reflect, write them out, come back to your team, harmonize them, then see how you guys can bring it up, but you must have a vision. You must have a vision. There are most of the powerful institutions in Nigeria, the most powerful institutions are the banks. And if you see that these banks that are doing very well today, talk about the likes of Access Bank, GT Bank, United Bank of Africa. You see that when these banks started, they started with very ambitious and founders who have powerful visions. Just 20 years ago, 25 years ago, so with powerful visions, young guys with powerful visions. And today, their banks are the most powerful corporate institutions in the world today. So vision is very key. Then, develop your marketing strategy. I think I stretched that when I was talking about business, the first element of your business plan, developing the idea. So define your target audience, talking about understanding who are the ones that are going to use this product, who are the ones that are going to, who are the people that are going to, I'm going to sell this product to, who are the people that are willing to pay for this particular product. So these are the things that you must understand, and so that okay, this is how we are going to make money from this particular project. Your storytelling, your marketing, your, for example, those that are doing games, there are a lot of games that are going on Web3. And, of course, the audience is, people are doing what they call play to earn games. So the particular audience you are building for, how people are going to be able to consume your product. You look at your competitors. Who are your competitors? There are a lot of people that are into GameFi, the legacy ones, as Infinity, so the legacy gamify. So you look at what they have done so far, how they've been able to measure up their success to date, and so that you can also look how you can build and learn from them. There are nascent ones that are coming up on board. You must look at what is already going on. You must look at what is already happening in the space so that you can actually join the space and build. You must have to study what is going on in the space. Then, of course, raising capital, which I think this final slide is, I put it at the last, because most times when founders build, the first thing that comes to their mind is capital. But the truth is that capital is the last thing that if founders need in terms of resources. I know that a lot of people will argue with me and say, no, it's a lie. Capital is needed. If you don't have capital, how do you scale? But the truth is that if you don't understand the rudiment of those elements of business, raising capital will just technically be a waste of time. So, but once you understand all the things I've shared, then you'd see that raising capital will become easy. Venture capitalists will just easily fall into your business. They will come running towards to fund you. The truth is that there are a lot of venture capital that are looking for viable business in blockchain, Web3, artificial intelligence, to fund, because they know that this is the future. So by the time you're able to, I know a friend of mine who just got into a cohort, a cohort. This for an angel capital network to fund his cybersecurity solution using AI. So raising capital, there are skills to raising capital, and with blockchain, raising capital can be very easy, although very daunting. Because the truth is that once you're able to put your use case out there, you're able to tell your investor this is what you need. Blockchain gives you the opportunity to raise capital from funding, cash funding, through ICOs, coin offerings for you to be able to build, through farming, through staking. People can actually stake, and while they are staking, you do a smart contract maybe for 30 days, for 20 days, that they are just farming the product that is available in terms of your tokenomics distribution. You're farming the tokens that are available while you have been able to collect that capital to build. Now, the truth is that on the long term, your transparency must be very key. In other words, whatever you are going to, you said that they are going to use the money for, you must use the money for it. So I just want to then there are other options like loans, which of course for a startup I would not advise, but it's also an available option. Angel investors. So what it means is that you must be able to craft your pitch deck in the right way to capture the investors. Your website, your handles, your team must be properly articulated. And I just mentioned crowdfunding through this means. So we always have this engagement on our hackathon, because like I said, this is not just a one-stop event. Where the essence of this event is a build up to the Lagos Blockchain Week. So it's not just a one-stop. So this is our engagement, or this is our relationship. It's not just going to end on this particular hackathon or this particular event that we are having. It's a long road. So that is why we are here as mentors, to guide you all through the way. Etete, who is our CTO, is there to provide all the tech support you need. We have our team members of Cartesi. Helen is here, who is also going to provide that structure support you need from Cartesi, not just the Cartesi local, but the Cartesi global. We have Enoch, who is our amiable team lead, who also have a lot of networks with Cartesi and also other protocols to provide support, while I'm also here to provide the business support that you need for your applications. Thank you very much. We are going to have a lot of engagement. And if there are any questions, I'll take the questions. Then, of course, we just, I think this is just a wrap. I was told 5 minutes, so I know I've done more than 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Etete.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Simeon. Of course, it was a very engaging engaging session, almost like a conversation, because I know a lot of us will have some questions we'd like to throw at our speaker. So before we move ahead, we know the drill. So if you have a question, please kindly raise your hand. Of course, you'll be called upon to speak, please. So if you have any questions as to what our speaker just said, or generally in DeFi, please just raise your hand, and of course you can ask your question. Okay, Mercy, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the talk that you had with us. So my question is, you said something about we creating a vision concerning what we want to build to or present, whatever it might be. So I want to ask, like, there are, for instance, the idea of the app that I have in my head. It's something that, when it comes to vision, it's quite it spreads abroad a lot of things, because it's more of it goes more to the game angle. Like, I want to do something around gaming. So I don't know, how do you think I can balance or structure something that can go up, that can stand the test of time when it comes to vision? Because of course I also have to fit in financial vision, as you said, something that, because it's of we want to do something that would help us generate money. So there has to be business vision included. There has to be, okay, how we are going to continuity vision and all of that. So I don't know if you can give me wisdom around that aspect, sir.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. That's a very good question. So the first thing I want to say, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir.
Okay, yeah, the first thing I want to say is that the truth is that whatever you are trying to build, someone has built it before. That is the beauty of it. Whatever you are trying to build, someone has built it before, and it's just a little tweak and a little uniqueness that you are just going to add to it to define your own. That doesn't mean that you will not have your own market. Of course, you are going to have your own market. So for me, what I do is that I will study what people have done in that gaming space, a lot of other gaming projects. You don't build in isolation. Don't just sit down and build. You are just building in isolation without studying or looking at what other people have done in that aspect. I just mentioned Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity, these are legacy Web3 GameFi or Web3 game protocol. See what they have done, how they've been able to structure their kind of gaming product, and how they've been able to strive in the market. Then say that design your own, study them, because I always say this, which is, I'm a realistic person, so I don't deceive myself. Steve Jobs said it's a good artist copy, great artist steal. So understand that you just have to learn the art of borrowing from what every other person have done. Then it will give you a bigger inspiration to craft your own. I hope that helps.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, great one.
So there are a lot of go on the network. You see a lot of gaming products. Just look for the ones with the good market capitalizations, the ones that have really stand the test of time. Like Axie Infinity, check the other ones. I'm not too much into GameFi. It's only my strength is on DeFi, but I stand the test of time. Then understand how they've been able to structure their vision. Then you can be able to tap into their vast knowledge from there. Just 1, 2, 3, you are fine. Don't look for more than 5 or 10. Just look for 3 good ones that you believe in their vision. Then you structure your vision along their own. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, sir.
Okay, that was a nice one. Does any other person have a question? Please, you can raise your hand, and of course, you'll be given the access to speak. Okay, great. So thank you once again, Mr. Simeon, for such an engaging and wonderful session. I mean, I know I learned a lot. And of course, we also can always reach out to Mr. Simeon, of course, on any of our channel, Telegram, Discord. Of course, we shared the link with you guys on WhatsApp, on the email, sorry. So yeah, nice one. So now, moving forward, yeah, Mr. Simeon talked about how you can raise funds for your startup, and yeah, the Web3 space is amazing because everybody is connecting, everybody's always trying to make sure that they try to bring out the best in terms of delivering solutions to end users. So that was a very great session we had, of course, with our facilitator today. But for the Cartesi hackathon, like we mentioned, of course, it's not just about building projects. The Cartesi protocol actually goes beyond that in providing grants for projects, for ideas, for startups. So you and your team are building something that actually is going to solve a real world case. You can apply for their grant. So I'll just simply share my screen so that we take a look at it. Yeah. Okay. So I'll drop the link to this on the chat, of course. So this is the Cartesi grant. And of course, yeah, that's the link on the chat. Of course, you can apply for the grant. And if you scroll down, you see that they have, of course, Cartesi grant programs. You can get up to 50,000 USDC, US dollar, for your project. You can also get 5,000 for the developers advocacy seed fund. So depending on what you're building and the real work case you're trying to solve, you can always apply. Of course, they will provide the resources, the capital for you, the grants for you to be able to kickstart your project. And of course, they will also be there to provide technical support, of course, to guide. And of course, as a community, we are always there to, of course, guide you guys on these things. So scrolling down, you see that, yeah, we have some other grants here that have been closed. And these grants definitely were disbursed to several projects. So please do feel free to go through the site. And of course, if you've not registered for the Cartesi Hackathon, please, the link is in your email. Check your email and try and register. The opening ceremony for the hackathon is on Monday. Of course, we'll give you guys update on that as we proceed. Yeah. So once again, congratulations to our Twitter winners at I am Prof and I think Amazon X. Yeah. So we did reach out to you guys on the WhatsApp group. Do well to respond to that so that you can receive your reward. And then looking forward to the next one. Of course, we have a slogan in our community where we earn and we learn, right? So as we are learning, we should also be able to be earning and benefiting from the space, right? Because that's what the space is all about. So for our next Twitter bounty hunt, we're going to share that details with you on the group and also through your email. So of course, like I mentioned at the start of this call, that we do have our judges that watch out for this. Then when the judge and then they see they select the tweet or the engagement on the post that actually has the best content in terms of content delivery and yeah, all of that. Of course, to be able to actually, the criteria we judge for the bounty is that you must engage, you must comment, and then you must either like or retweet, right? But if you do all three, you stand a better chance, right? So, but the criteria is that you have to comment and then you have to either like or retweet. But if you do all three, like I said, of course, you stand a better chance. For our next bounty, we are going to be giving prizes up to $50. So I think it's very, very encouraging if we participate in this. And of course, yeah, if you've not joined our social media, which is the Discord, the Telegram, and we have a Cartesi developers WhatsApp. The link was shared in the email. Do well to join, because joining actually opens a wider door, because you're meeting other people like you in the space. Our facilitator talked about isolation, right? Technology in the Web3 space. Remember, it is decentralized, but the decentralization is actually a connection of many nodes, right? So as each and every one of us is a node, if we connect in our community, of course, we can actually be able to provide more value. So it's very advantageous to every one of us to do well to, of course, try and join our social platform like Telegram, Discord, and of course for the developers we have. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Simeon. We are so happy to have you too. It's fine. So yeah, like I was saying, for the developers, we have the WhatsApp group, the Cartesi WhatsApp group. Do well to, of course, join the group. The link is in your email. So before we wrap up, of course, we still have our lead on the call. I'm sure he would like to say one or two things to us. But before we do that, also, I once again rather leave the floor open. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, please do raise your hand and you'll be called upon to speak. Okay, that's fine. So we now call on, of course, our lead to give us his final words. Please, you can take over, sir.
Thank you, guys. It's been an engaging time. Hi, guys. It's been an engaging moment. I believe you've learned a lot, and you've been able to, like, some of the ideas, like connecting the dots is being connected. So the long waiting hacking is starting in a few hours. That's on Monday. So we want you guys to, like, put in your best. Yes, in a couple of minutes, we'll be posting the bounty tax on the Twitter. So just stay tuned. We need you guys to, like, engage the Twitter. We just need just a simple tax, but be creative about it. We have some goodies. You've seen it in your mail. So so we want you guys to be, like, forced, like, to benefit from the bounties, So we have a couple of, at least that should go a long way in all the support you need to concentrate for this week hacking. So we'll be making available of, like, we could scale it up at least $50. We could scale it up to, like, more winners too. So just be creative with your tweets, and we're tagging Cartesi. Just be creative and in your response as well. If you our current pinned, if you go to your Twitter now, our current pin stuff. Yes, we've got some winners in that. If you've not commented, just try to comment. You're doing yourself good and stuff like that, because our partners are actually watching out for you guys. If you've not joined the Discord, I would just encourage you to, like, join the Discord. You join our Discord, you can as well join the pin Discord on the 8 Nigeria. It's the Cartesi Discord. So do yourself favor by joining it. You're meeting the globes, you're meeting, all developers, it's a mixed community, and you're getting real-time information, you understand? So you do yourself that favor. I understand the internet has been very poor. Please just put in your best, So it's been very, very, it's been very engaged. As in, I don't know the right words to say. Just to put on this session, we know what we've been passing through behind. I actually put on the screen for you guys to, like, see our faces, and then to know that we're actually serious and we need you guys' cooperation. And yeah, you'll also be receiving some mails from us. At least we are bringing more protocols, like we're having the base protocol, the Python protocol. So we're having some stuff next week. If you're in Lagos, it will be a nice time for you to come join us at Unilag. That's on Saturday. So you get to meet Simeon, you get to meet Tete, you get to meet so many of us as well, and then ask most of your questions. Thank you so much for making our time. again, we'll be getting, yeah, I can see Franklin. Okay, Franklin, hi. I can see you here. So we'll be getting some of our OGs in the house, some of our developers who will be attaching them to you guys, or we'll just bring them to the channels. If you have any questions, just ask them, support any issues you're having, just ask, and then you get quick response. So these guys will be available for this this hackathon period, and as well make use of the hackathon, the Discord, the Cartesi Discord as well. Ask any questions. There are so many developers there who can as well help you guys. It's beautiful. So I just wait to see $50 winners. Any questions I can see? Let me go to the chat. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's give Etete Boza. He's been a wonderful CTO. He's been the driver. Yeah. So let's just give him some boost. I just want to see it on your chat. You guys just make some comment give us some kudos. Just give the team some kudos. Let me see your response on the chat. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. I can't see. I need so many. I can't see your hands. I can't see your hands. I need you guys like, yeah, Messi. Okay, Messi, yeah, you get all right. Those are all right. Okay, Bin, yeah. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, please, Etete, let's take notes to Messi. Please DM Etete, at least. Who is again? Okay. Oh, Messi has done it again. Please DM Etete for your bounty gift on this show again. It's a surprise. Thanks so much. All right.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
It's up
It's
to you.
great to have you guys. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. It was very great to have you guys join us. Of course, do engage also in our social media community. We're talking Telegram, Discord, and if you're on the Cartesi developers WhatsApp, please also do engage. And yeah, Messi, yeah, you can DM me, of course, like our lead said. And then the Twitter link, yeah, for our Twitter, I'll just drop our official Twitter handle on the chat. So everyone can, if you haven't followed us yet, just give us a follow. If you haven't followed us yet, just give us a follow at Ethereum Nigeria. Yes, and of course, we would also share this link in our email also when we're sending you emails for the tags. So good evening, everyone. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now.